Remember how I said last night that the Melbourne tennis crowd was speaking for the nation when they booed the Prime Minister? Well, it was pretty obvious, right? He lied to us, broke a promise. What did he expect? Well, have a listen to the ABC this morning. They ran the Labor defence that all politicians get booed.
What prompts a crowd to boo, particularly a political leader? Luke Siddham Dundon has more.
From time to time, you'll hear it at any Australian sports match, but it's a certainty if a Prime Minister is present.
Really? It always happens? How could the ABC prove that point, do you reckon? Or have it endorsed? Well, after the ABC host through to the ABC reporter, he interviewed another ABC host, Waleed Aly, who conveniently agreed that the booing had nothing to do with a broken tax promise and a lying PM.
Sports tragic and co-host of The Minefield on RN, Waleed Aly, told me that probably didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, booing Prime Ministers at sporting events is a rich Australian tradition. Frankly, it would be a shock if it didn't happen.
A shock if it didn't happen. Well, I showed you how Albo won applause at the same place last year.
The Honourable Anthony Albanese, Prime Minister.
It's only this year that it's turned into jeers and booing. But now the ABC says the booing doesn't matter because it always happens to all Prime Ministers. So the official ABC line is forget the booing, right? Well, no. Such are the contortions at the public broadcaster that they have to dismiss the booing against Albo as insignificant, but talk up other booing as being very telling, like when footy crowds booed AFL Indigenous legend Adam Goodes.
I think you've got to separate or make distinctions in your booing. I think it's unfortunate that the Adam Goodes example gets brought up around Australian crowds booing all the time, because I think it was such an exceptional case, and the fact that Australian crowds boo a lot was used as cover for something really sordid that was going on, and that wasn't a rank expression of racism. But it was such an exception.
You've got to make distinctions in your booing. That's what he said. They're hilarious, aren't they? This is just too much. Let me make it simpler for the ABC. People boo because they mean it. It's ugly. Don't try and pick and choose which boos register and which don't. Don't let your politics overcomplicate the simple topic of booing.